What's up? What's up? We got legendary KAM in the house.
Man, happy to be here.
Thank you for coming to UrbanCityTV, man.
Man, it's urban, it's the city, and it's TV.
we appreciate it, man. We know you had
shouts out to the homie Big Y. That's why I am here.
Yes, Big Y. He's definitely helping us on this movement, so we definitely appreciate it.
And Wacko. Shouts out to Wacko.
Yep. So man, let's get into it. Let's just kind of go in and start, and let's talk about, you as a child and growing up, and you grew up in the Carver Park area / Watts, Compton Watts area.
Yeah.
Why don't we kind of just talk about you as a child and childhood and growing up in that area?
I actually was born in East LA, Boyle Heights, and from there. My moms and pops wasn't married yet, so we moved from LA to Inglewood. I actually spent my first 4 or 5 years of my life in Inglewood family on 83rd and 7th Avenue.
Yeah.
So after they split, they was rocky or whatever, and then they split up. Then she moved to Willowbrook or Compton. There's like a little district between Compton and Watts called Willowbrook. Yeah. And that's Carver Park Hood. That's like with Martin Luther King Hospital and all that. So that was that. Plus, she was my mom. Rest in peace. She was from Watts. She was born on 107th Street in Central. And then my other half of my family was from Grape. My cousin Layback and half of my family's from Grape. Another half of the family is from Front Street Watts, and I was raised in Carver Park, 118th Street, coming from Inglewood family. So it's that kind of like melting pot, that little gumbo pot, of my background. So it was natural eventually that would lead to like some peace treaty, gang truce, blood and Crip, getting together, because all of that was my family anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you growing up in the Carver Park area. You come from a big family, small family?
No, big family. My pops, like I said, since my pops and moms didn't work out, he winded up having 2 or 3 other, baby mamas. So I got brothers and sisters from his side, that's from Inglewood. They all from Inglewood. So my brothers and sisters from him is mostly from Inglewood, because he was a LAPD, and then he wound up being a coach at Inglewood High School and all that. So he was coaching what's my dude name that played basketball for the Celtics from Inglewood.
Oh, Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Yeah, he was Paul Pierce coach. So my little brother Poncho and Paul Pierce and all of them, like he used to coach them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So he, So, but I wasn't in his life. Like he wasn't in my life. I wasn't in his life. So he was doing that with, his other families and shit. You know what I'm saying? So my mom's was over here in Carver Park Hood. You know what I'm saying? And we was surviving the way we was surviving or whatever. So that's kind of like how that started. But at the same time, I knew they existed, and he would come around every blue moon and bring my little brother, and we'd go fishing and this and that. So based on his level of understanding, he was trying to do what he was able to do or whatever, but it wasn't enough. But I knew my brothers and sisters from these, and my big brother Sean and Melissa, and they was from LA. So Pops was a Rolling Stone. He was whatever. So so that kind of made me hood universal, like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't just local to one hood, you know what I mean? Because I had brothers from different hoods, you know what I mean? Blood brothers.
I think a lot of people who are from this area, like me, like you got, like it is like a gumbo pot, because one minute you could be living in Inglewood, next minute you're down the street in South Central.
Yeah, man.
Then you're over in Watts.
Yeah, man.
You go a little bit further, you're in Southgate. So it's kind of like, big, so I understand that. So were you influenced by the red rag, the blue rag? I mean, being
the first gang activity that I ever seen in my life was when I was on 83rd and 7th Ave. It was Inglewood families, like putting on or you know, jumping on some little dude coming home from school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting on my front porch and they right across the street, him and this dude up, this little dude, young dude up in the bushes, like where they beat him into the bushes. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first experience with the whole gang thing. So it was Bloods, the Inglewood families, you know, putting somebody on the hood. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he was coming home from school. He was a nerd, like a little backpack. Like, damn, why they doing him like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like 4 or 5 years old. But you know, it was active. So that was my first experience with gang activity was when I was 4 or 5 years old. Because I don't remember. I think 5 years old was with some Inglewood families putting a little dude on the hood right across from me sitting on my front porch. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a Crip thing. Yeah. My first experience with gangbang wasn't with the Crips. It was with Inglewood family.
So you're growing up Carver Park area. Yeah. And, you know, what was it like being a teenager in Compton? I'm sure that's got to be like the mid-'80s. Yeah. And that's probably where things were really active back then. And, you know, you hear stories about, you know, the police beating people up, dropping them off, and other people, you know, other hoods. And I mean, what was it like being, you know, a young man, you know, young black man growing up?
Because black definitely got everything to do with it. Yeah. Because it's a white supremacist system. So the police and law enforcement, the legal, you know, the court system, all of that is racist. All of that's white supremacist racist. So I didn't know that it was like that. I know that's what life was. So my first interaction with, you know, white people like that was with the police, was with law enforcement. So I'm innocent. I ain't got no track record. I ain't a bad little dude. I'm my mama's son. I'm a good boy. You know what I'm saying?
You're a kid.
But the police and the sheriffs treated me a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They treated me like I was Hitler or like I was an enemy, or like I was just an evil little demon child. You know, I'm a little Christian dude, born in, you know, trying to be a good boy and obey authority and all of that. That didn't stop them from beating my ass and kicking me in the nuts when I'm 10 years old or 11 years old, or, you know, roughing me up and treating me like shit. So I already knew at that point, like, the difference in this is these guys are white. These are white policemen. So I already associated at a primary level, I associated white males with the shit that happened to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know it was racism or whatever, but it wasn't until when I was going to Carver Elementary School, this was in the 70s, and the movie Roots came out. Mm-hmm. Roots came out. Yeah. And that was so revolutionary, that was so epic, because it came on regular TV, but the day or two or the week after that, everybody, like, unfortunately, we was taking it out on the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Because we thought they was white. We didn't even know nothing about, like, if you just was light-skinned and your hair was straight, you was white to us. So we was trying to take retaliation back on what they did to Kunta Kinte, like, we children and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but that made sense. That kind of, like, brought it together for me. Like, this racism thing, that really exists. This shit really exists. Yeah. And you're a child, you don't know, you in life, you know, you just got here, you know, you don't know that this is what it is.
You're an innocent child.
Yeah, and you see grown-up police, like, police was like superheroes. They were like Superman to us. Yeah. You're supposed to look up to them and do what they want and, you know, give them an apple or give them a, like, you know, no, they hate you. They hate me, like, God damn, they hate me. And they violate me, they physically violate me. They physically abusing me. So then I gotta hurry up on survival mode. Okay, every time I see these people, every time I see that skin, that represents defensive mode. You know what I'm saying? That's the enemy. Yeah. And that's how I immediately had to adapt to that reality right there.